Hi YouTube, it's Mrs. Mora today, and we're going to be talking about an app that you could be using in your classroom. So today the Cluster app is what we're talking about. The designers of Cluster made it so that you had a safe and private and efficient way of sharing photos with a group of people, be it friends and family or whoever you meet. I really think this is a great app that we could use in the school. School setting. So I have not used it yet because when I found out about it, I was already in summer break, and last year I had a problem present itself. It's not really a problem, but I had a student who left in December, right? So his last day of school, his mom came and took pictures of him with his friends and whatnot. And what happened? Afterwards, I'm like, oh, can I get those photos? And sure, she emailed them to me, but I had like 5 emails from her with 2, 3 pictures in each email because of the size of the photos. So I'm like, there has to be a better way to share photos. So I started thinking and looking at apps, and last year I was like, oh, Webpix, this could work. So I started fiddling with the idea of making a Webpix wedding, because I'm sure you've heard of it now. Webpix is that app where it's kind of like an Instagram hashtag, but it's private, so only if you're part of someone's wedding you can see the photos. But so I made a classroom and I tried testing it out, and it's not as user friendly as I wanted it to be. And when you're presenting something to parents, I think it has to be as easy and as user friendly as possible, otherwise they're not going to get into it. And that's so then the year ended, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do, so I just kind of left it there. And a lot of teachers that I know do an end of the year slideshow, and I don't do it because all my pictures are spread out in different places, and so it's like, it's too much work. So, and really it's not, but anyways. So, over summer break, I went to San Diego with my family. We did a family road trip, and my brother, who's a tech guru, he said, "Hey, let's take pictures and share them on Cluster." And I'm like, "Cluster? What's Cluster?" He's like, "It's this app where you can share photos to a private album. Everybody can share and everyone can download." So I'm like, "This is brilliant. This is exactly what I was looking for." So my idea is that next year I'm gonna set up. I actually already set it up. I tried doing this video yesterday, but sound issues. Anyways, I'm going to set up a classroom that parents can join, and when they take pictures, they can upload them, and when we take pictures in class, they can see them as well. This year, I am going to have a class job that is the class photographer. I have a camera in my classroom that was donated to us by Donors Choose. It is an Instax camera, so that means it's one of those that has the mini Polaroids that pop out. But um, I have a limited amount of film that they can use. So what I'm gonna last year what I did was I chose a Be Kind student each week to take a picture using that Instax camera to do a class timeline. So this year I'm gonna do the same thing. A Be Kind student gets to use the Instax camera, but I'm gonna have a class photographer as a job, and they're going to be allowed to take pictures of what we're doing throughout the week on the iPad. So even though the camera quality isn't as good, um, it'll give them a chance to take more pictures instead of just that one. So it's something exciting for them to look forward to. But then the pictures that they take, they can upload to Cluster, or I can upload to Cluster if I decide not to teach them. But um, so I think it's great in a school setting. You can set up an album for your individual class and invite parents. And I think another idea is you can set up as a grade level. So maybe you have an event that the whole grade goes to, for example, a field trip. If you set up a grade level album between all the parents of the whole grade level or just the teachers of the whole grade level, you can share pictures. And so like say if your kids are in another group with a different teacher and they take pictures, they can share them there. and that way you get to keep all the photos or media, because it doesn't have to be photos, um, that involve students of your class. So, and then the last way that I was thinking that this could be useful is use it as a school-wide setting. So there's plenty of times where I'm sure the teacher who sponsors the yearbook committee will need extra photos, and if we're all connected on the same album through Cluster, everyone can upload whenever they have pictures, and there's a bird on my window, and everyone can upload whenever they have pictures to upload, and it's one spot, and it's an easy, efficient way. You can use it on Android platforms or devices or iOS devices. So it's really exciting. So let's dig into it. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to start out on my Samsung app and then flip over to my iPad. I have a Samsung S3, no, S4. Galaxy S4 phone, and then I have a school iPad that we got through donations. So the app looks like this. It's called Cluster, and in the intro I said that I'd never used it before. Obviously I have used it on our family road trip. I've never used it in a school setting. So here's what it looks like once you have it all set up. So it's really nice because it looks like an Instagram feed, and it has a cover photo, and you see who posted the photo. You see when they posted it. I'm trying to focus here. And you also see who has seen it, which is with the blue checks, and then who loves it with the heart, and then who's been invited but hasn't seen it yet. So and you can choose to see it like this, or you can view it in a gallery form, which changes the photos like so. So it was a lot of fun on our trip, and then on our way back we started looking at all the photos. So it was it's a really neat app, um, and so then here's some of the neat things. You can make it full screen. You can comment on the picture, or when you click on it, there's these three little dots like for more options. If you click on it, you can flag photos, set save photo, or set as group cover. So you can save individual photos. If you don't have to save the whole thing, the whole album, but you can save the individual photos you want. So that's good for like parents who obviously won't want the whole album, but they'll want the pictures where their child is featured. So that's a great little feature to have. Then if I go to the settings button up here of the family road trip, so my brother left it open to that everyone has admin rights. So members can invite new members, share with a large group, get this doesn't have to do with the admin settings, but these right here are the admin settings. You can change those so only the admin or the creator of the album has those rights. You can change the cover photo and the name of the album. Then get backup of all media. That's what I love it for. I mean, right there, I can back up all the media that I want. Now, the great thing is when you hit the plus sign to add things into the album, you can add a note, video, photos, or click on the camera to open your camera inside the app and take a photo. So that's nice. But I love that you can do notes. So I did set up a classroom. I'm going to go through the steps again so you see what it's like, and then I'll delete it later. But you create a new group, and it tells you to name your group. It's a private space for sharing photos and videos and comments with a group of people you choose. So I'm going to change this to YouTube. YouTube. Next. So then I can invite people. So I'm going to invite my brother. And then when you're inviting, when you're inviting, you can invite by cell phone number or you can invite by email. So, you know, let's go ahead and skip this for now. And then you can introduce the album. You can write a quick note introducing the group to everyone. So here, share, oops, oh, it's got private group that clubs will contain. Yep, I'm going to just keep that. That's awesome. Post. So now in my album of YouTube, I only have 1 members and then 1 post. When you make a note, excuse me, it looks like this. It just looks like a picture with writing on it. So that's really nice too. Parents could post notes about questions they might have, and then I can comment and people can see the feed on that specific question. So it's nice. Then I can also choose the option to delete the photo. So let's switch over to the iPad and see the differences and see what it looks like. So what I did, I'm going to go ahead and click on the Miss Mora's class for next year. I set my phone up on my personal email, and then I invited my my iPad as my school email. So so that when the kids upload, it's under the school email, just so it comes from the class. That I can choose to remove a member if need be. So, like my situation from before, if a parent moves after they upload the pictures and I tell them, hey, are you done wanting to see this album after a few weeks of them being gone, you can remove them yourself as the admin, or they can leave the group whenever they go to their settings. I'm going to hit remove just so that you can see what it's like to invite a member. So I'm going to quickly invite. So these are the admin settings. I can receive alerts. I can turn that off if I'd like, especially during the school day. I can turn that off. I can edit. All members can't edit group. I can choose if they can edit the group or not, invite new members, or post new content. I only gave them the rights to post new content. There's my class name, the cover, how many members. I can invite new members through email, or I can share with a large group. This is how I shared it to my email, and it's, I think, the easiest way to do it. So you can post this link on your class website, or put it on a QR code and have people scan it on the back to teacher or back to school brochure. You can put it on a magnet as a QR code. There's so many things you could do, but I love that they give you the link for them to sign themselves up. So I don't have to, when school starts, I always get an email list, and I don't have to email every single one of them, even though I could. I can just give them this link, have them sign up, and the ones that don't sign up through this link, I can then email it out to them. So it's a great way of doing it. And then if you have it on a QR code, it's nice because then people can join through their Facebook, and they don't have to do it through their email that you invited them to. So or through their cell phone number, depending on how they want to do it. So I'm going to hit share link, and I'm going to send it from my personal email to my work email, and I'm going to hit send. Okay, now sending message, it's done. I'm going to pull over my iPad. Oop, there goes my email. You heard it? Here's my iPad. And I'm going to go to the cluster app again. Turn down the brightness so it doesn't hurt to look. Okay, cluster. So I was connected, did you see? And then it kicked me out. Lame. So, but it does keep the things that I've posted, I think. Nope. Problem loading because I'm no longer there. So I'm going to go to my email and I'm going to pull up the invite so that you can see what it looks like. It's loading. Okay. Here's what the email looks like. Join my private group on Cluster. And then I'm going to go ahead and touch the link. It's going to take me to the web page where I'm going to be able to sign up, or if I've already signed up, I can sign in. Okay, so confirm joining. I'm going to zoom in. Okay, Sarah Moore invited you to view and add photos to the private group on Cluster called this. Confirm, join Cluster, and view group. So I've already signed up and signed in apparently on my web page, so it didn't give me that option. But when you sign up for one, it'll tell you you have the options to sign up as a through Google Plus, through Facebook, or manually through an email. So that's kind of nice too. So here I can post something, or I'm going to flip to the app and horizontally. Now I have Miss Mora's class, and I can start adding media by down here. There's the plus sign already highlighted. I can choose to view it gallery or by a feed like we showed before. I can choose if I have notifications or not. I have settings. I can only share with a large group. Nope, I can't. It's great. Just kidding. Then at the bottom here, get backup of photos or videos and leave group. So that's where you find all that information. Anyways, go back. So I can choose to add videos, which is awesome. Okay. And I can choose to have photos, notes. It's such a great app. I love it. So there you go. And well, thank you for joining us on our in-depth look at Cluster. I appreciate you watching. Tune in next time for more videos. Please subscribe and like below if you did, and we'll see you next time.